Don't worry, I'm here. A little late, but I'm here. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're late. You hit the snooze button one too many times. Right? The cat would always be late. She had to be places, she'd be late 100% of the time. She would never show up. She would just say, I decided to take a nap instead. I decided it wasn't that important. This is why cats will never take over the world. Oh, a little bit more coffee. A little bit more water. I slept well, just not enough. Alright, come on. Finish draining through. That's me. Alright, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Friday, September 25th, 2020. Hard to believe. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. You know how we blow in a hot drink or blow in a hot bite of food or soup? How much does that cool it down? Has anybody done any study on that? Does it make a difference? It's got to make a difference, but is it a significant difference? I don't know. It's something we're all taught to do. There's got to be some value in there. Right, Cat? Well, wow. It was a busy Thursday. It was a moderately productive Thursday. Well, no, let me take that back. It was a very productive Thursday. But quite often I measure productivity by how many fewer emails do I have? How many things did I check off my to-do list? That kind of stuff. And Thursday was not one of those days. It was not a taskless, to-do, accomplishing day. It was a meeting sort of day. Frank's turning promotional here, and even though there's a Federal Reserve coin shortage at this time, there is no shortage of fun to be had here on First Cup with Jeremy. Thank you. I like that. Yesterday was Frank's birthday. Happy birthday, Frank. I hope you had a celebratory day, even though everyone's celebrations in 2020 have been a bit understated. You know, last year, for my 40th, there were events all weekend. People dressed up in inflatable dinosaur costumes, and we took over the Capitol. Literally, we took over the capital city of Montpelier. And this year, for my birthday, I went hiking, and it's literally all I remember for my birthday. So, I hope yours was more memorable than that. Yeah, so first meeting with a client. Says he had apple dumplings and watched Columbo. Sounds like a pretty solid day. Then I had a meeting with a friend who just took a new job in the marketing space, and so we were talking about ways that we might collaborate. And then did some work for another client at the client's client, who is now a client because it's Vermont and 6 degrees of separation is really 1 or 2 here. So I gained a client, so that's pretty cool. And then I came home, and a buddy of mine showed up to look at a little bit of work that has to be done on the warehouse slash big detached garage slash training space slash storage. It's a bunch of things. And we talked about what that was going to look like, and then we chatted for a bit, and he left and made some dinner, a solid day. So, now Friday. The goal for today was that I was going to take the day off. It's not quite going to happen. I think I'll get a half day off. There are some things that I really do need to get done. Some things that if I let them roll until next week, it's just going to make next week a disaster. Some things that are expected to be done, etc. So we'll be working on those today. Yesterday was like 78 degrees, which is perfect and unseasonal for late September in northern New England. And today is going to be just as warm, and tomorrow's supposed to be just as warm, so I'm super pumped and going to get outside. Might get on the motorcycle today. We'll see how it goes. See how it all goes, but it looks like I'm going to go hiking tomorrow, so I'm pumped about that. What else? I got some plants I got to do some stuff with. I was thinking about it yesterday. I might try to make Friday like work around the house day. All these chores like laundry and everything. I don't know. We'll see. It seems like it's creating less flexibility in my life to do that, but I'm starting to contemplate it. Oh, the coffee's good. Only 7 more cups. I'm just kidding. That's too much coffee. You know, one of the things I think we have in here is some jokes. Let's check out the jokes. Do you have any jokes? No? There's a cat right there. Do you want to say hi? See? There's a cat. Here we go. Jokes from Frank that he was so dedicated, left on his birthday. I appreciate that. The jokes for Funday Friday. How many Zen masters does it take to change a light bulb? 2. 1 to change it and 1 not to change it. What's the best gift for a Zen master? A house, because they like to live in the present. These are good. A Zen student asked his master, "Is it okay to use email?" "Yes," replied the master, "as long as you don't create any attachments." What do you call a Zen master from Eastern Europe who's been bugging you all day? A Budapest. What do you call that monk who is living in the urban area? Citizen. What do you call a Buddhist monk who meditates in the snow? Frozen. That's good. John chimed in yesterday to say that his my hydroponic system doesn't bother him. He doesn't consider it to be loud. So, yay, good. When I think of the word citizen, we have a decently large hard cider company in Vermont called Citizen Cider. They make some really good stuff. In fact, we've got a number of great cideries. I don't know if that's the right term, but they make some good stuff. Did you hear about the Zen plumber? No, I didn't. Interested in that one. Yeah, so if you can find anything from Citizen Cider or I don't know why Stowe Cider is getting distributed. They make some pretty good stuff. You hear about the Zen plumber, he just kind of goes with the flow. I like it. Woodchuck cider, it has been nationally distributed for a long time. Honestly, when I was a teenager, that was some of the first alcohol I ever had, allegedly. Who else makes cider? Yeah. those are the biggies. We've got some other small ones. And, I mean, hard cider is great. Super tasty. You can do a lot with it. Yay, apples. What's up? Just burn. All right, more quotes from Zen and the martial arts. And again, if you haven't checked out the book, if you haven't checked out the episode of Martial Arts Radio where I talk about it, you should. Here's one that has blown my mind for 35 years. When you seek it, you cannot find it. Zen Riddle. My guess is it's enlightenment. There are plenty of things, though, that when you try to have them, they're not there. The more you try to control another person, the less you have control over them. My brain's fuzzy today from lack of sleep. I think a lot of the really important things in life are things that we need to allow to happen rather than force them. That happens in our training, right? There are skills, there are attitudes that you can train and train and train and not get them and double down on your training and be just as far, if not farther, from them. Sometimes things just come when they're ready. You have to allow things to happen. She's making noises. For the uncontrolled, there is no wisdom, nor for the uncontrolled is there the power of concentration, and for him without concentration, there is no peace. And for the unpeaceful, how can there be happiness? BHAGAVAD GITA. I know that name, but I don't know why. It's Hindi. I think so. I think this is the Indian figure. Spiritual leader? Something like that? Yeah, sounds right. For the uncontrolled, there is no wisdom, nor for the uncontrolled is there the power of concentration. For him, without concentration, there is no peace, and for the unpeaceful, how can there be happiness? So if we put those dots together, for the uncontrolled, how can you be happy? Excuse me. Oh, it's a book. Stacy says it's a book. Thank you. Well, I was completely wrong. I appreciate when I'm corrected. I don't like to get things wrong. An Indian sacred text. So I was right on the origin. If you follow this dynamic through the uncontrolled, peace, etc., leading to happiness, it makes me wonder how many people would identify happiness in the same way that this is going to reference. What is happiness? Happiness is being thankful, satisfied, content with where you are, what you have, who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it. It's kind of, it's not wanting more than exists, right? Generally, when we talk about being happy, it's because we ended up with more than our baseline. You know, a good day is a day where above average things happen. But the more you can kind of settle in and look at your life and be appreciative of what you have, the happier you'll be day to day. There are a lot of people, if you ask them, you know, how was your day? It was fine. Just fine? Yeah, nothing particularly special happened. Okay. I prefer to look at it a little differently. How was your day? It was good. Why? Nothing really bad happened. We normalize our day to day. We look at where we are and what we've got, and we start to take it for granted. That's not a good way to be. You know, we get to train. We get to meet people. We get to live in a world and a time and a place that allows us to connect over a silly YouTube show. We get to live in homes that are safe and warm. The worst among us lives better than the wealthy of just a few hundred years ago. And we take that for granted, and we shouldn't. The first words out of my mouth when I get up every day, or when I can remember, today it's going to be a great day. Because even days where nothing special happens, I get up, I do work that I enjoy. I have plenty of it to do. I like my home. I have this fur ball to take care of. I've got land and plants and enough food. Plenty of things to entertain me. That's a pretty good day. There are people all over the world who would, sadly, literally kill to have the life that I have. There are others who would sacrifice their own lives for their children or someone they love to have this life. How can I take it for granted? How can I pretend it's not magical? Can't. It's disrespectful to those people. So I'm trying to work harder at being appreciative of what I have, and that includes all of you coming to watch. I feel like I need to blow my nose, but I can't do that. Am I allergic to you? Fortunately not. Patience, the essential quality of a man. KWAI-KOO-TSU. Okay, should be good. Being gross for a moment. My apologies. Patience, the essential quality of a man. Why is patience so important? The more patient we are, the more able we are to live in the moment. Right? Let's say I'm working towards a goal. Let's say we look at whistlekick and all the things going on with whistlekick that I'm trying to do. The ways that we are literally trying to change the world. Can easily become impatient. Oh, I wish we were further. I wish we were further along. I wish we had accomplished more. I wish I could go back in time and do some things differently based on the knowledge I have now. But what about the other side of it? What about recognizing that the scope of what we're trying to do requires things move slowly? We're building a really solid base. How likely is it someone just shows up one day and 3 weeks later they've done something that changes the world? It doesn't work that way. If we look at people and technology, all of these things that have had massive impact, they take decades. Look at people who are some of the best known people on the planet, politicians and athletes and celebrities. The ones that endure, the ones that are actually able to accomplish anything, they pay their dues. They spend years and years and years proving to the world that what they're doing is not a flash in the pan, that it's important, and that they're dedicated to it. What's the saying? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It takes time to show people how much you care. I think we're in that phase right now. Right, Buzz? So be patient. Be thankful. Power of mind is infinite, while brain... Sorry, try that again. Power of mind is infinite, while brawn is limited. KOICHI TOHEI. KOICHI TOHEI. KOICHI TOHEI. Yeah, that sounds Japanese. Power of mind is infinite, while brawn is limited. Yeah. We all know people who, let's say, train physically. They train in a gym. They train martial arts. They train some kind of physical discipline. They reach a peak. Doesn't matter how much time they put in. There's a point where everybody maxes out. Professional athletes, Olympic athletes, the best of the world, the best that ever were, still hit a peak. One of the things I like about looking at weightlifting is that those numbers are pretty objective. You know, you look at the strongest bench press ever. That person spent a tremendous amount of time adding the last few pounds. And they'll go back to the gym and train and train and train and train just to add another pound or two. It's a diminishing rate of return. Happens for all of us. We get older, and even if you're able to progress physically every day, eventually you'll run out of steam. You'll die. But what about the mind? The mind can continue to progress. And the beauty of the mind is that it can create things that live far beyond when you pass. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. They can leave a lasting mark in a way that your physical actions really can't. When we think about historical events, we think about their impact. We think about the words around them. We think about how they made us feel. Very few of us are debating or discussing the physical actions that took place around that same time, or even in conjunction with those words or feelings. And I think even more importantly, many of us recognize that we don't even come close to fully understanding the power of the mind. There are enough weird things that happen that are documented. For example, how about when people have brain injuries and wake up being able to speak another language? Doesn't happen often, but it's happened. It's been proven. It's real. We all have those moments where did that come from? I've got my ideas, but I'm not going to lay those on you. I'll let you decide for yourself. The mind can be conditioned, it can be trained, it can be improved. It's part of what I try to do with my life, with my training, and I hope you do as well. Your ability to observe and understand and incorporate information, data, knowledge around you into your life and your training makes you a better martial artist and human being. Part of martial arts is observing. You can develop that skill. Part of martial arts is empathy. You can develop that skill. So don't be afraid to. Don't underestimate the importance of developing the mental aspects of martial arts. I would discourage you from simply being a repetitive soldier who their entire body of knowledge comes only from what they were taught by a person, a single person, or even a small group of people, and never questioned or explored or understood. the better you understand and work through the information you're given, the more it becomes your own. There are plenty of people in the world who can recite words or can repeat a form the way that they were taught, maybe even do it perfectly to the way that they were taught. But is it ever really theirs? What about the person who does it just a little bit differently because it works better for them? Because it better expresses who they are as a martial artist? Something to consider. The best art, true art, by my definition, requires leaving a little bit of yourself in it. Otherwise, it's just copying. So the next time you train, the next time you throw a punch or a kick or do a form, where are you in that punch, kick, or form? If I know you and I watch you do something, am I going to see you there? Am I going to see you in it? I hope so. Here's the easiest way that I would think about it. If you're hearing my words and saying, Jeremy, I don't get it, here's how I would think of it. If you're having a really good day, if you're really happy, am I going to see the happiness in your form? If you're having a sad day, am I going to see that? Am I going to see the anger? Am I going to see whatever you're feeling at that time? I should. I should be able to tell. It should be part of it, of your expression as a martial artist. If that concept is new, I'd encourage you to not only think about it, but play with it. See how it feels. All right, I'm gonna go drink more coffee, prepare for a great weekend, and I hope you do too. Oh, Stacy is chiming in that Team Smashy Smash, of course, her and Laura have a virtual tournament this Sunday. So good luck to them. I hope you smash many smashables. I feel like if I was more awake, there would be a, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? How many smashables could Smashy Smash smash? If Smashy Smash smash smashables. There we go. We can put that on a shirt. All right, good luck, seriously, Stacy. And please pass on my good luck to Laura as well. And I'm sure I'll see photos and video. I always like seeing those. Good luck to everyone, regardless of what you're doing. Whether even if it's not a competition, I hope whatever you're doing today and this weekend is great and fun and enjoyable, and I hope you appreciate what you have. I appreciate you, and I will see you back here on Monday, bright and early, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, U.S. time. Take care, everybody.